Changes. Audio by Paper to Audio. Changes. Lena's eyes fluttered open to morning light filtering through the blinds. A gentle breeze carried the scent of blooming lilacs from her garden outside the window. She inhaled deeply, letting the peacefulness settle into her chest. After a long, tiring week, this quiet Saturday felt like a warm embrace. She swung her legs over the side of the bed and stood up, stretching out the kinks from sleeping on her side. Her fingers brushed against the silver necklace resting just above her collarbone, a small crystal pendant inherited from her grandmother that was said to bring calm in times of distress. Lena smiled, remembering how her grandma would whisper, "It's always there, shining its quiet light." Padding across the creaky wood floor in her bare feet, Lena walked into the kitchen and began preparing breakfast: scrambled eggs, whole wheat toast, a small glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. As she cracked the eggs into the pan, a faint memory surfaced from childhood. Sitting at the same stove with her mother, laughing as they tried to make silly animal faces while whisking batter for pancakes. The sizzling eggs interrupted Lena's reverie and she turned down the heat, stirring them gently. A thought crept in, like a stray cat slipping into the house. What if her father didn't call this weekend? He'd been distant lately, lost in his own world of work and stress. Lena's stomach tightened at the possibility of another silent Sunday. She poured the eggs onto a plate and carried it to the small dining table by the window. As she took her first bite, a car engine rumbled outside, too early for visitors. Lena set down her fork, her appetite momentarily forgotten as anxiety rose like heat in her chest. She placed a hand over her heart, feeling its steady rhythm, and exhaled slowly. Outside, the driver's side door of the sedan opened with a soft creak. Lena watched from the window as her father emerged, his shoulders slumped under the weight of his briefcase. He paused on the sidewalk, eyes scanning the street before turning towards the house. A lump formed in Lena's throat. This would be a conversation she'd rather avoid. Her father stepped inside and set his case down by the door with a heavy thud. "Hey," he said quietly, not meeting her gaze as he slipped off his jacket and hung it on the hook. Lena forced a smile. "Hey, Dad, you're up early." She busied herself refilling her glass of juice, trying to ignore the tension hanging in the air like a damp curtain. Her father cleared his throat. "Work's been chaotic, lots on my plate." "I get it," Lena said, though she felt the words slipping out more as an attempt to placate than an actual understanding. She took a seat at the table, tucking her legs beneath her and wrapping her arms around herself. The silence stretched between them like a thin wire pulled too tight. Lena's father picked up his fork, then set it back down without taking a bite. "Lena, about last week?" His voice trailed off uncertainly. Last week, when he'd canceled their weekly dinner plans at the last minute with no explanation. The disappointment and hurt Lena had struggled to conceal still lingered like an open wound. "I know things have been tough, Dad," she said softly, "but I thought we agreed on Saturdays." "We did," he replied, his eyes finally meeting hers, filled with a mixture of regret and frustration. "But some weeks are just impossible to navigate." Lena felt a familiar ache in her chest, the sensation of being left out, overlooked, unimportant. She swallowed hard against it, refusing to let it overwhelm her. "I get that," she said again, forcing conviction into her tone. "Maybe we can talk about setting up a better system for these kinds of situations." Her father nodded, relief washing over his face like a summer rain shower. For a moment, Lena saw the man she once knew, kind, present, engaged in their lives together. They ate in silence for a while, each lost in their own thoughts as they savored the simple comfort of food and family. Then her father spoke up again, breaking the quiet. "Lena, I've been meaning to tell you something." Her fork froze halfway to her mouth. "What is it?" "I've been offered a new job opportunity, one that would require us to move away for a bit." He watched her face closely, his eyes searching hers as if gauging her reaction. Lena's heart skipped a beat before resuming its steady thrum. Moving, leave everything behind: friends, familiar places, routines she'd built over the years. She set down her fork, the weight of this news settling heavily in her stomach like leaden stones. Her gaze drifted out the window to the lilac tree swaying gently in the breeze, its purple blossoms still clinging tenaciously to their branches. A sudden doubt crept into Lena's mind. What if she couldn't bear to leave it all behind? What if this move would tear her apart from the life and people she loved? But as her eyes landed on that small crystal pendant resting against her collarbone, a sense of calm began to seep in, like warm honey spreading through her veins. She recalled her grandmother's words, "It's always there, shining its quiet light." Lena took a deep breath, letting the peace settle into her core once more. "We'll figure it out together," she said quietly to her father, her voice steady and sure. In that moment, Lena knew they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, even this daunting prospect of uprooting their lives, as long as they had each other. And so, with a gentle smile, she reached across the table and took her father's hand in hers, the small crystal pendant a constant reminder of the love and resilience that would always guide them through life's twists and turns. As the morning sun climbed higher in the sky, Lena suggested taking a walk in the nearby park, a chance to clear their minds and talk more about this move. Her father agreed, and they set out hand in hand, leaving the house behind with its secrets and worries. The park was alive with spring energy, birds singing, leaves rustling, a gentle breeze carrying the scent of new grass. Lena breathed it all in, feeling the tension from their conversation begin to melt away like morning mist under the warm sun. They strolled along the paved path, discussing the possibilities of this new job and the life that awaited them on the other side. Lena's father spoke about the opportunities for growth, the chance to reconnect with old friends they'd lost touch with over the years, and the excitement of exploring a new place together. Lena listened intently, her heart slowly opening to the idea. She realized that while change was daunting, it also held promise, a chance to rediscover herself in unfamiliar surroundings, to build new memories and relationships. As they turned a corner on the path, Lena spotted a small clearing up ahead. In its center stood an ancient oak tree, its gnarled branches reaching towards the sky like outstretched arms. A sense of peace washed over her as she gazed upon the tree's weathered beauty. "Look at that," she said softly to her father, nodding towards the oak. "It must be hundreds of years old." He followed her gaze and smiled. "I think it's even older than that, a true sentinel of time." Lena felt a kinship with the tree, a sense of resilience in the face of life's unpredictability. She reached out to touch its rough bark, closing her eyes for a moment as she absorbed the energy of the living wood. "I feel like this oak has seen so much," Lena said, "and yet it still stands tall and proud." Her father placed a hand on her shoulder. "Just like us, Lena, we've been through tough times, but we're still here stronger for it." Lena turned to face him, the sun's warmth illuminating their features. "You're right," she said with conviction. "We've faced challenges before and come out even closer because of them." She looked back at the oak tree, its presence now a symbol of their enduring love and ability to adapt to life's shifts. Lena smiled, feeling a sense of clarity wash over her. "We'll make this move work," she said confidently to her father. "Together, we can build a new chapter in our lives, one filled with growth, connection, and joy." Hand in hand once more, they continued their walk through the park, the ancient oak tree watching over them like a guardian of their love and resilience. And as they strolled, Lena felt the small crystal pendant around her neck glow softly, its quiet light illuminating the path ahead, a constant reminder that no matter where life took them, she and her father would always find their way back to each other. You have reached the end of the text.